wash him up real quick. Go out England, UK, wherever. Wash him up in his hometown. Get the international money. Boom. Come back here. Have hometown, basically. Backyard still. New York. The Barclay. See Richard Hitchens. Come on. Unification. Let's get it. I got 2 belts now. Let's get it done. Get his title. And Shakur, I said him last. Why? Because it need to be a buildup. They still criticize Shakur for his victories. You can't take away from what he's done. 3 division champion, stuff like that. Like you can't dispute what he did. He got the titles, the accolades. He got it. The credentials. Exactly. You got to get this man his flowers right now. Y'all can hate on him, say he can't punch, say he run. Don't matter. They say the same thing about Floyd. Guess what? The credentials, he earned them and he got them. Y'all can't say nothing about that. I say I would fight Shakur last because I want that to be a build-up. So when I do see him, the fans can't dispute who he's fighting. I'm more than a worthy opponent for him. If he was to beat me at that point, they can't say nothing to Shakur. They can't.
Right. First things first, shouts out to Mill City Boxing, my brother Mill City Boxing, for doing this interview with world champion, star boxer on the verge of being a superstar, Gary Anton Russell, who's 19 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 17 wins by way of knockout, 29 years of age, coming off of, I thought, impressive victory over Andy Hiroka and Jose Valenzuela, right? El Rayo. He had that hiccup against Albert Puello. I thought he won that fight. Could have been a draw, but they gave it to Puello. And Anton Russell is a southpaw, about 5'8", 69-inch arm reach. And he explains, right, that, and doubles down on why he's not interested in fighting first ballot Hall of Famer, 4-division world champion, superstar boxer, former unified super featherweight and reigning WBO junior welterweight world champion, undefeated Shakur Stevenson, who has 25 wins, no loss, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. Shakur Stevenson just dominated Teofimo Lopez, who was the face and the I want to say the commercial fighter, identifiable fighter at 140. I don't want to say the best fighter at 140, but the commercial fighter, right? The person that people can identify with, Teofimo Lopez. And as you heard, Anton is saying that he wants to fight. He wants to go to the UK and fight Andy Dalton for his belt. He said make the international money, then come back to the States, fight Richardson Hitchens at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, in Richardson Hitchens' backyard to unify Richardson Hitchens' belt. And then fight Shakur Stevenson. And let everything build up, is what he's saying, right? There's a problem with that. Dalton Smith, I said Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is the NFL player. Dalton Smith, excuse me. He wants to fight Dalton Smith for Dalton Smith title. Dalton Smith just upset. He's 19 wins, no loss, no draw, 14 wins by way of knockout. He's the WBC 140-pound champion. He beat Sabril Matias. But Dalton Smith have a fight coming up June 6th against the guy who beat Anton Russell and Alberto Puello. And I don't think Dalton Smith is going to beat Alberto Puello, who is 24 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. Dalton Smith is not going to beat, in my opinion, Alberto Puello, right? So that you have to rematch Alberto Puello. You're not going to the UK. And there's a lot that has to happen for these things. Richardson Hitchens just signed. Here's why I'm telling you this doesn't make sense. I understand Anton Russell's stance and trying to save the best for last and let it build up, and he built his name up and unified the belts, and now it's an even bigger money fight. I get all that. Richardson Hitchens, 20 wins, no loss, no draw, 8 wins by way of knockouts, the IBF champion. So Dalton Smith is the WBC champion, Richardson Hitchens the IBF champion, Anton is the WBA champion, and Shakur is the WBO champion. Richardson Hitchens just signed with Zuffa Boxing. So we don't even know. Now, they have a history. Richardson Hitchens has shown no interest in wanting to fight Gary Anton Russell at all whatsoever. Okay? At all whatsoever. He has the opportunity to do that now. Right? Because Dalton Smith have a fight June 6th. This is April. This is April 14th. April 15th, excuse me. He got a fight in 2 months, June 6th. Richardson Hitchens don't have anything signed. So why don't you try to fight Richardson Hitchens right now? But Richardson Hitchens don't want to fight. Dalton Smith has to defend his titles in a tough fight. We might even get a rematch in that fight. So, and what is Shakur Stevenson going to be doing? As you said, Shakur has to still prove himself to the people because people still frowned upon Shakur Stevenson even in victory. So he's still got things to prove, to build himself up. Okay, well, who is Shakur going to fight in the meantime? Because he said he ain't going to 147. So in the meantime, he going to drop back down to 135 and fight Raymond Muratalla, because that's what people are saying, that Shakur and Raymond Muratalla are having discussions about a showdown at 135. But guess what? Shakur got stripped of his 135-pound belt. Raymond Muratalla, 24 wins, no loss, no draw, 17 wins by way of knockout. He just beat Andy Cruz. Good victory for him. But again, who is Shakur going to fight if he fight Raymond Muratalla? That's at 135. Is the WBO going to allow that? Right? Who's he going to fight? Let's say he do fight Raymond Muratalla. You talking about 2 to 3 fights down the road. So let's say he do fight Raymond Muratalla, right? And he beats him. Cool. In the meantime, Dalton Smith has a fight coming up against Puello, Alberto Puello. Or is the PBC going to look to make the rematch? Because they could have already did that. When you beat Venezuela and picked up the belt, right? And he beat Subriel Matias. I thought he beat Subriel Matias anyway. Right? They could have made the unification bout then. They didn't. They didn't make it. Right? So, again, well, no, he didn't beat, he fought Sandor Martin. He beat Sandor Martin. I thought he lost to Sandor Martin, Alberto Puello, but he beat Sandor Martin on the same card. He beat Sandor Martin. He had the WBC title. You beat Jose El Rayo, Venezuela, picked up the WBA. It only made sense to unify the belts then, but it didn't happen. So you saving Shakur Stevenson for what? Because even if you beat Dalton Smith and unify the belts, is it that much bigger? Because Shakur, the way he's operating, there's no big marquee names outside of Tank Davis, and we know that ain't happening. So what names is going to elevate Shakur? He already beat Tio. He's at his height right now. He ain't going to fight Devin. He ain't going to fight Ryan. He ain't going to fight Keyshawn. So what marquee name is going to elevate Shakur Stevenson next? Raymond Muratalla, good fight. Solid fight. Is that going to elevate him? No. What name can he fight that elevate his status? He don't have one. So it's going to be the same on par as it is right now. The only difference is if you was to accomplish that, it would be for undisputed. But that's not going to happen. Richardson Hitchens has no interest, and he just signed a Zuffa. You're talking about going to the UK and getting that across seas money. That might not happen because he got Alberto Puello problems in June. And let's say he do beat Alberto Puello in June, he ain't gonna be ready to fight till September. And who says he wants to fight you? What if he in a tough fight? So that eliminates Richardson Hitchens and Andy Dalton. And Dalton Smith. So what are you gonna do? What are you waiting for? And Shakur doesn't have a marquee name to elevate his status. So what exactly are you waiting for? It makes no sense. None. But let's see how it unfolds and plays out, man. But drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.